Alright guys, today we're going to be installing the new RSC lever. So for you wheelie guys out there, this is what you're going to want to put on your Road Glide or your Dyna or whatever else you're stunning on. They make a lot of levers for a lot of different bikes. Basically it's like a one finger pull lever. The size that I got was a 2-finger, but I believe this one's a lot shorter than the Elite Moto that I have over here. Yeah, so it's a little bit shorter than the Elite Moto, not by much though. So the Elite Moto, that was the 2-finger length that I bought a while ago. So these are really good levers, but I wanted to try the original for a change. So yeah, today we're gonna be putting this on the good old Road Glide, getting rid of this garbage here, because we all know stock sucks. Sorry, Harley Davidson, but yeah, it's garbage. Can't be keeping that on the bike. So things you're gonna need for this install: good old Permatex thread locker, which is always your friend when you own a Harley Davidson. We're gonna need a 3/16 Allen for these outer bolts here, the perch clamp. I forget, I think this was like a 7/32. Actually no, this is a 3mm, because it is a 3mm in there. I guess because he makes like sport bike levers as well, he wanted to keep it kind of metric, but I don't know why he would do these ones imperial, not metric. I don't know. Anyways, not judging. I know they're good levers. Then you're gonna need a 9/16 wrench and a 1/2-inch wrench. So basically what we're gonna do first, we're gonna take off this garbage right away. Then we're gonna come down here to our clutch adjustment and we're gonna break this loose and give it as much slack as possible. Alright, so we pulled off the stock Harley garbage. What you're gonna wanna do now is just go straight to your trash bin over here and just get rid of it. No, I'm kidding. Just put that in your parts bin. Do whatever you want with it later. And yeah, basically we're gonna connect the good old clutch perch now. And yeah, you're gonna wanna Loctite these 2 bolts as well as this one right here when you put your cable in. And yeah, so we're gonna do that now basically. Alright, so as you can see, got our clutch lever in. Basically, you want to have just like a little bit of play in the lever. Mine's a little too tight right now. Still got to adjust it some more. But we got her all installed. So basically you want like just a slight amount of play in here. Probably have to pull that out just a tad bit, because there's like a fine line there with these 1-finger levers that you need a little gap in there, but not too much either. Otherwise it won't engage the gear whatsoever. Next thing we're going to be installing today are these bunking fairing mounts here, or fairing brackets. So the reason why it's such an upgrade on the Road Glides is, if you look down here, the fairing mount for the stock Road Glides 2013 and earlier basically bolts to the crash bar and then bolts in under there, which is not a bad idea, but like if you end up crashing and you bend your crash bar, it's probably going to rip all this off. So eventually I'm going to get a different crash bar too, but I'm just going to run this one for now. So with the fairing brackets, that'll eliminate any possible shifting of that. That's my theory, at least. It looks cleaner too, because I don't want to have this little thing hanging there. So we got those for like $65 USD, I think, with converting to Canadian and shipping and everything. I think it was like $180 all said and done. But yeah, so we're gonna mount those on. All right, so last night we were mounting up the bunking fairing brackets, but unfortunately the fitment on these was absolutely garbage. Now, I don't like to trash companies, but like these weren't even fucking anywhere close to fitting. Like, and they're supposedly the right ones for my bike. And I adjusted all the fairing, like I loosened everything completely that could allow the fairing to move in any direction. These still weren't even close to lining up. So as you can see, I made these spacers on each side out of Delrin plastic. So I have some prototypes around here somewhere. Yeah, so these are the prototypes basically of what I made. So nothing fancy, but it's doing the job. The ones that are in the bike right now are around 1/2 inch thick, like literally 0.500. Because that was basically the gap that was left in there as I was working on this. So literally, like, picture this all set up with just a huge gap right there in between the fairing on both sides. And I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to bolt these up? Like, there's no spacers in the kit or nothing like that. So I ended up making those up at work today, and I was gonna make them out of aluminum, but I ended up making them out of plastic because I figured with the vibrations of the Harley and whatnot, if it was aluminum, it would start rubbing on the inside of this plastic fairing. And honestly, I wouldn't doubt it that it would crack over time, just because, you know, how flimsy these plastic fairings are, right? Like, they're not actually the best quality, but, you know, it's a pretty rare fairing too. I didn't want to damage it, but we got her all mounted up. It's pretty sturdy now, so it's independent of the crash bar I wanted. Yeah, so I mean, they still technically worked, but I had to modify them to make them work, you know what I mean? Which in my books wasn't really cool, considering I'm in Canada and like had to pay big money, you know, duty and everything like that to get everything over here. So it wasn't really ideal that I had to do that, especially for the price, but it is what it is. Got it going. Probably wouldn't order them again, which is a shame because like I run a bunking crash bar on my dyno over there. And that thing's been pretty solid, you know, so I figured the rest of their parts would be pretty good, but I don't know, maybe I just got a bad one. There wasn't, you know, they emailed me back and they said, we've never seen this before, but I've seen a couple people on the internet after I did some digging today saying that they had some issues with fitment as well. So, you know, to be honest, yeah, they didn't really look like they were the greatest quality when they showed up. Even these brackets, like the tabs, hold the bolts and everything like that, they were like overbent, and I don't know what happened there. But anyways, you know, it is what it is. We got it to work, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, this is the current state of the bagger. Got the one finger RSC lever on there. Thing's pretty solid actually. I'm really happy with how it feels. Super buttery, and it's crucial for wheelies because, you know, you can just one finger and pop her without it hitting your other knuckles. Because the thing with having, you know, a long one like this is you pull it in and it's gonna crush your knuckles, you know, depending on how you have your clutch set up and whatnot. So yeah, right now we're just mounting the step plate on the back. Turned out all right. So we're basically gonna have to put another piece of Delrin plastic in between this and the fender, so it doesn't mar the fender and also fill the gap that's there. And then this is gonna go on the underside with the lock nuts and brace the underside of the fender. That way this thing doesn't move around on me or pull through the fender. I did the same thing on my dyno over here. Pretty confident that it's gonna hold up really well. This one's completely sturdy, like it's not going anywhere. And the only thing this bike's got going for it over here is the RWD fender. This thing's a lot thicker than a stock Harley fender. Stock Harley fenders are literally like absolute garbage. I'm sorry, but they are. Those things are like pop cans. So I'll even do a measurement to show you the difference. excuse my messy toolbox. So let me just set this on 0. All right, so RWD fender, about 90 thou thick, pretty much, 90 thou. You go over here to measure the Harley fender. This thing is only 70 thou. Oh shit, no, not 50 thou. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's like 45 thou. It's actually a huge difference that it makes, the thickness. Like that fender over there on my Dyna, that thing is solid. Like I'm positive you could build a nice fender off this. You know what I mean? If you wanted to scrape and everything like that, which eventually that's my plan, chop it back here. But I gotta earn that first because I haven't scraped yet, unfortunately. But hopefully we'll grow some balls and get to that point. So we just unboxed our new Saddleman step-up seat for the Road Glide. And honestly, it's a pretty nice seat. Only complaint I have is I thought the whole thing was gripper, not just the back piece. Ideally, I wanted all this to be gripper too, but I think that was my bad. I'll have to check the website again, but honestly, I'm not even going to return it. Like, it just does the job. I just needed a step-up seat and call it a day. So we're going to mount that on the good old Glide right now. So yeah, that's the update on the good old Road Glide for now. We've got a lot done to it so far, so I'm pretty proud of that. But still a ways to go till we can get her where we want. Like, for example, I'm hoping in the next couple of videos or so, I'll have an exhaust video for you coming, and then a cam chest video. I'm probably going to update these because they got the shitty spring tensioners in them. So my plan is to order those if the money goes well this summer. So I'm hoping I'll get a set of those, and then we'll get the exhaust on, and then we can fire her up. My plans for this after that, I definitely want to upgrade that suspension. Right now I'm just rocking Dyna suspension on it, and I definitely don't want to keep that forever. I want to get like 13 to 14 inch shocks. Still don't know what yet. Maybe some RWD. Kind of over the Legends hype, to be honest. And then we definitely got to do the fronts as well. So for now, we just plugged up the top on them, and we're rocking heavy duty springs, but who knows how those are going to do on with the wheelies. So what I want to do is convert that front end to a 49 millimeter front end, and maybe get some Olin's cartridges or something, but that's going to probably be later down the road. This season I just want to get it running, see if we can stunt it as is. So yeah, so the next thing down the pipe is exhaust is back ordered to the end of May. We got Bassani Shorty coming in, 2 into 1 coming for this thing. And then gonna do the OEM Plus cam chest hydraulic tensioner upgrade. Probably gonna go with some Woods cams. I was gonna go with the 525 setup, but honestly I found a way to get cams cheaper and do the whole swap for less money and basically the same performance as I would if I were to buy the whole 525 kit. So I think I'm going to go that route because quite honestly, I don't really care about name brand anymore. I just care about if it, performs properly. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that new Legend seat. Like I said, I think it actually might work out better that this isn't gripper right here for when I do donuts, because I'll be able to slide across this better when I want to get to the front of the tank. And then we got the gripper for when you need it to hold you doing some wheelies. And yeah, we're going to have to do some paint work. I don't know, the original guy that owned this before me, he definitely ruined the tank with these flames in my opinion. I would have left it just as is and untouched, would have been a lot nicer. And I have some ABS plastic bags that I chopped here that we're going to be painting. I believe it's like States blue. I'm going to try to match that blue because I didn't want to ruin the original bags because they're pretty limited edition. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and hopefully get that all done this year. Thanks for watching, and continue to watch if you want to see what we do with this bad boy. But yeah, my garage is a mess right now. We are trying to get a bunch of stuff done on the bikes, and then the backyard's getting done too, so everything's pretty crazy in here right now. But honestly, I'm pretty stoked. And had some dude comment about the old rusty bolts, so we might change those out if it's in the budget. I want to do the cam chest in this, and we'll see how that works out, just because it'll help me sleep better knowing that I can ride without those spring-loaded tensioners grenading on me in here. And yeah, so at least I'll run that for a season, and then next season, if the cylinders are pretty screwed, we'll do an upgrade on that. Maybe go 98 inch. I think that'd be sick. It's a 95 right now, so I think 98 would be the max I'd want to go on this thing. It's more than enough, honestly. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to rip this thing soon, honestly. It's probably going to be a lot different than the Dyna, that's for sure. But I sat on it with the new seat already, and it definitely feels, a little different. But I was thinking about it, and honestly, these baggers really can't be that much different than a Dyna, because it's basically an FXR frame if you think about it. Like the touring frames, I could be wrong about this, but the touring frames are literally like an FXR frame. It just has, all the extra stuff up here for the big old fairing, right? But I don't know. Let me know if I'm right on that one or not. But my guess is this is basically an FXR, but just with a big fairing, essentially. I don't know. But yeah, guys, anyways, thanks for watching, and tune into the next video. Let me know what you think.